All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to update or install, depending on what the state of our app is. We are going to add the Newtonsoft JSON. We're going to do that first. So we're going to go into the NuGet Package Manager. Let's go over to Browse. And we're going to make sure we get the right version of this. There it is. And let us install that. All right, and we'll quick do a little build. And then it's really important that we remember to modify startup because we have to add JSON to the end of this. Otherwise, when we try to use the commands, it's going to give us errors. All right, so we've added that. And let me save. Our next step is going to be to add a class. So I'm going to add a class to the models. And we're going to call this class wishes. And you can go ahead and copy the properties if you want to. Not very complicated. Basically, we have an ID and we have 3 wishes. Then, let me save. We are going to go into the home controller. And it doesn't really matter where you put this, but we do need to add an action method. I'm going to call it wish index. And we're going to create a little object here. And we're going to populate the properties with some values. So I really don't care what you guys wish for. So go ahead and wish for whatever you want. And put a little semicolon on the end. Okay, so we have our object. Our next step is to convert it into a string, and we are going to use the JSON convert.serialize object for that. So we're going to give our little string a name. The object we are serializing is my wishes. And then we can store this. As session data. And I got a little typo here. It should be JSON convert, not converter. And it looks like I need to adjust my include. Okay, so we do need a using statement up here. Got to pull in the Newtonsoft JSON. And so at this point, it all looks good. And we can go ahead and create our corresponding view. So we are in the home controller. So we need to be under views and home. And we're going to do a new view. And the name of the view is wish index. First thing we need to do in our view is pull in the wishes model. And then because we're going to be accessing session data, we have to do at using Microsoft ASP.NET Core.HTTP. And then we need to put in a little razor block. And first thing we're going to do is retrieve that string from the session data. And then we are going to convert it back into an object. So wishes is our class. We're going to call the object wish list. Oops, got to spell this right. And let's see, our object is wishes. And my wish list is the string. All right, so we're retrieving it from our session data. We are doing the conversion and storing it as an object. And from that point on, we can access it like any other object. And let's see. I am going to go into the view bag index just because I don't want to do all sorts of typing. And let me copy this part. Oop. And we'll paste right here. So now I'm getting the graphic in like the other ones. Here's my 3 wishes. And this is where it's going to be a little bit different because we do not need a for each loop. What we need to do is access those 3 properties. So we've got at wish list dot wish one. And I'm going to copy this and paste it. And then we have wish 2. And then we have wish 3. And let me save. Next thing we're going to do is go into our layout. And we are, now that we're adding to our menu, we are going to change the container to container fluid. And then we are going to add this item. And I'm pretty sure we're going to put it right after the home index. That's what I thought. So let me copy that, paste it right in there. So the home controller is correct, but this is the wish index. And we're going to call it my wish list. At least that's what we're going to display in the menu. All right, let's save everything and run this. My wish list. And here we go. Now, our next task is going to be to let them enter their own wishes and display them. Because if you remember, these are hard-coded in the controller. So part 2 is creating a little form that lets people add. And the next video will show you that.